Check one, two. Hey, check. Audio test. Check one, two. Hey, check. Check one, two. Audio test. Check one, two. Hey, check. Audio test. Check one, two. Hey, check. Check 1 2. Hey, check. Audio test. Check 1 2. Hey, check. Check 1 2. Audio test. Hey, check. Check 1 2. Audio test. Hey, check. Check 1 2. Hey, check.
Good morning. We're going to get started in a couple minutes. Please work your way up towards the stage. There's plenty of seats up front. Again, line leadership, thank you for sitting up front. Appreciate it. Good morning. We're going to get started. Welcome to the Park Incident Operational Briefing for August 20th through the 21st, 0700 to 0700 hours. My name is Gabe Garcia. I'm the Planning Section Chief for the incident. Please mute your phones, silence your radios, and keep any sidebar conversations down. I'm going to start off with our incident objectives. Our management objectives are to provide for emergency personnel and public safety at all times, protect property improvements and infrastructure, ensure costs are aligned with mission priorities, ensure coordinated, timely, and accurate release of public information, continue to enhance and maintain positive relationships with all local partners, cooperators, and stakeholders, protect economic, natural, and cultural heritage resources, implement fire suppression repair activities in accordance with approved suppression repair plans. Our control objectives: keep the fire north of Skyway, keep the fire east of Highway 99, Highway 36, Manton Road, Rock Creek Road, and Wilson Hill Road. Keep the fire south of Highway 44, and keep the fire west of the Pacific Crest Trail. Up next with our current situation, night operations.
Good morning, everybody. Steve Ward, Night Operations Team 6. So, situation out there is, again, another good day of work, and into the evening, crews were out there patrolling and working interior up into late evenings, into the late evening last night. So, a lot of good work being done, pulling logistics and hose and continuing on with that effort. So, starting down here in Branch 10, 2 calls for service were reported yesterday away from the line, just specific stump holes or whatever that the locals found and reported them in and asked for some assistance to get those extinguished. So Branch 10 is looking extremely well. As we move up towards instep up there in Branch 12, again, no calls for service in that area, and that area is looking extremely well with no smokes or anything reported there. Moving into Branch be 15 and 18 over here. Going down in Quebec, they did continue to work on those slops that they had the other day. They're still finding a little bit of heat in there. They're getting in there with the equipment and they're stirring that up. So they found some heat in there. Continue to work that into last night. Continued those efforts, as well as starting to pull a lot of hose from there. So making sure that those logistics are being accounted for. As we move on over again into Whiskey and over into X-ray, same thing. A lot of interior smokes. Crews are really taking the efforts to go interior and get those nuisance smokes that might be seen from the road. Those type of efforts, going in there and tracking those logistics and pulling those out all into the, as I said, all day yesterday and into the evening. Again, as we come around Doe Mountain, Crews were hiking up into Doe Mountain, taking care of those nuisance smokes or smokes that were seen interior, just taking those efforts to go ahead and get those extinguished and get those off the radar for our public. Moving back down into towards the BC and Bravo Echo Foxtrot area of the fire, same thing, interior smokes. The line's looking real secure, and a lot of good efforts were done yesterday.
Up next with your weather, our incident meteorologist.
Hey, good morning. Bob Honish, incident meteorologist, Park Incident. Well, our drying trend continues with our humidity recovery continuing to decline. Today's humidity recovery about 10 to 15% lower than yesterday. So that's about 30 to 40% across most of the fire. There is some higher humidity recovery up in those higher elevation meadows up at the head of Mill Creek and the Mineral area. But otherwise, mostly a drier morning today to start. Otherwise, our weather today is very similar to yesterday. Temperatures up a couple degrees, humidity down a few percent. That puts us around the mid to upper 80s, a few lower elevation areas hitting around 90 for temperatures, and humidity 15 to 20%, a little bit higher as you get above 4,000 to 5,000 feet. Winds, general wind direction again, out of the south to southwest, a little bit more southwesterly as you get up in the higher elevations on the northeast end. And those afternoon wind gusts peaking 15 to 20 miles an hour tops on the highest exposed areas. Tonight, expecting that inversion to set in, similar to yesterday again, about 2100, with winds becoming light and down drainage. Quick outlook, we've got one more of these similar days tomorrow. Then Thursday, we start to see some changes. Weather system starts moving in. Wind will be the initial push ahead of that, so windier day Thursday, but then much cooler temperatures with moisture moving in Thursday night through Friday. End of report for fire weather.
And now fire behavior.
Good morning, Jan Smoots, fire behavior analyst for the Park Incident. So with another day of warm and dry conditions, you can expect that those fuels out there are going to remain available for ignition, available for consumption around the perimeter of the fire. If we do get any new spots or new starts around the fire perimeter, you can expect to see some moderate to active fire behavior. We're still seeing the energy release component and the ignition component, the burn index are hanging around the 80th percentile. So still favorable conditions for burning. Those values are forecast to move down over the next 7 days. One thing to pay particular attention to today, any of the timbered areas where the fire burned underneath the canopy out there, we're going to start to see, should have seen over the last few days, and it'll continue to get worse, is that needle cast. And any place we've got a thick carpet of that needle cast, you could see fire spreading, some smoke production, and pay attention particularly to any areas where that needle cast is across your primary control lines, where it could provide an avenue for the fire to escape. And make sure you guys maintain your LCES and have a good, productive day out there.
Up next with your safety message, your safety officer.
Good morning, Jack Wharton, safety officer. I'd like you to turn to page 6 of your IAP for today's safety message. As you get to page 6, I'd like you to draw your attention to paragraph 4 that outlines driving and our driving habits. Over the past 27 days, we've become comfortable with where we're driving, how we get there, and the hazards that we think are on the road. Let's shake that today. Let's drive today like we did our first day on the incident, where we didn't know what was around the next corner, we didn't know what the road looked like, and we didn't know who was on the road ahead of us. Also, over the past 27 days, this community has begun to return to normal. School is back in session, businesses are back open, and people are out and about. Please consider that throughout your day and in your travels. Be respectful to those that you encounter, and please remember this: slow down. The sprint of this incident has ended. The marathon has just begun. And I'll leave you with this: people first, task second. Thank you and have a safe shift.
Up next, air operations.
Good morning, Tom Swanson, Air Operations. Today's aircraft lineup, we have 6 helicopters, 2 Type 1s, 1 Type 2 with crew that's designated for initial attack, and we have 2 Type 3s to support HELCO and recon missions. We have day and night medevac hoist capability. During the day, it's Copter 606, the Vina Helitack ship out of Red Bluff Airport. And in the evening, it's Guard Copter 820 out of Reading. And we also have two UAS drone modules, a Type 3 and a Type 4, that are doing IR mapping missions late in the evening. Thank you.
Up next, medical.
Good morning, Luke McAlpine Medical. Please turn to page 61 in your IEP. It's going to be your medical plan for today. We're going to have to support operations 4 teams of line paramedics, 1 REMS team, and 1 ambulance on a 12-hour rotation, 1 during the day, 1 at night. Back here in base camp, we have CalMat and MERT set up for all your medical needs. Please take the time to look at box 6, review the medical reporting procedures. The correct reporting procedures can be paramount in the patient's eventual outcome. Make sure that we get the right resources to you in the quickest amount of time. Thank you.
Up next, communications.
Good morning, John Brooks, Communications Unit Leader. Today you'll find your 205 located on pages 57 and 58 in your IAP. Go ahead and turn there. While you're getting there, I'm going to just a couple of little reminders. Right after the 205 on page 59 and 60, 59 is a map, an area map to give you an idea as to where you're operating in. And 60 is some good, helpful reminders when you're dealing with radios and comms and such. Reminder, we're still on the NIFC system. It's been in place for a while now. 6 NIFC command repeaters are spread out around the fire. That's where that area map will help you out in determining which command channel that you should go to when you're trying to transmit out. Good little reminder, scan all 6 of those channels as you're driving, because as you move, depending on which one, the area that you're in, will determine which repeater is going to be the best for you to receive your traffic. So those command repeaters, for reminder, Command 4, NIFC Command 4, NIFC Command 10, NIFC Command 39, NIFC Command 40, NIFC Command 41, and NIFC Command 42. Again, refer to that map for those locations. For your tactical assignments, Division Butte, Bravo, Victor, X-Ray, Papa, Tango will be on CDF TAC 24. Division Butte, Hotel Kilo November on CDF TAC 25, Butte Charlie, V-Fire 26, Butte Echo Foxtrot, along with staging, will be on NIFC TAC 5, and Butte Fire Suppression Repair will be on NIFC TAC 6. For Tehama, Delta Echo Hotel and X-Ray will be on CDF TAC 20, Tehama Juliet Lima November will be on CDF TAC 21, Tehama Quebec and Union on V-Fire 24, and Tehama Whiskey on NIFC TAC 1 with Tehama Fire Suppression Repair on NIFC TAC 3. You'll notice there's a new group, Hazard Trees. Anybody that's working with that, you're going to refer to your 204, but you'll notice we put in the notes the tactical channel that you'll be using is the TAC for whatever division you're working in. It's important one. Obviously, when you tie in with that division, you will be using the same TAC that everybody else is on that division. If any aircraft are ordered up, remaining with Air-to-Ground Command will be CDF Air-to-Ground 8, along with Air-to-Ground TAC of Air-to-Ground TAC itself. CalCord and Guard are in the channel if you need it for any emergencies. Thank you.
Up next, logistics.
Good morning, Brian Louise Logistics. 120,000 feet of hose pulled yesterday during their operational period. For those of you that were out there, thank you very much. We appreciate your hard work. Secondly, I just want to let everybody know, as you leave camp today, you'll notice that we'll have a lot of folks out in the street. The idea is to help get you folks out on the line and protect the kids that are going to school this morning. So please remember, the school zone is 25 miles an hour. When you're traveling to fuel and ground support, make sure you keep your speeds down. I know it says 45, but I have noticed a lot of kids that live in that area. Have a safe shift. Thank you very much.
Up next, finance.
Good morning, Joe Tapia, Finance Section Chief. Division supervisors and any other personnel who are completing shift tickets, please continue to do that daily and submit those to the time unit. For those of you using the eShift Ticket app, tomorrow night, Wednesday at 2000 hours, Sacramento is going to be deploying an update to that app. So if you're using the offline functionality of the eShift Tickets, please upload those tickets, finalize them, and get them in before the 2000 update tomorrow night. Thank you and have a great shift.
Thank you. Information.
Morning, Leslie Edlin, Public Information Officer for the park incident. If you'd please turn to page 62 in your IAP. I've got the updated numbers for you. Current acreage, 429,401. That's 429,401. We're at 55% containment. Total personnel, 4,149. You'll notice on the right-hand side there are 3 QR codes. The first one will take you to California State Penal Code Section 409.5, which allows the news media to enter scenes of disasters. The middle QR code will take you to the CAL FIRE social media policy. And the last QR code is where you can upload photos and videos of the incident. So we appreciate all the photos and videos you've uploaded so far, so thank you for that. Over in the media trailer next to the beginning of camp, we have our lost and found. So if you're missing any items, please come and see us. We also have several packages there, so if you're expecting some mail, come see us at that media trailer as well. Thank you. Have a safe shift.
And now with your incident assignment and roll call, our resource unit leader and operations.
Good morning, Garrett Adams, resource unit leader for IM Team 6 for the park incident.
Good morning, Eric Schwab with operations.
All right, go ahead and start off with our line leadership roll call. For Tehama Zone, Branch 1012, Division Tehama Delta Molman. Division Tehama Juliet Velasquez.
Okay, so Branch 10 Tehama Delta, literally one call for service in there yesterday, but that call was important and exactly the reason why we're out there. So I plan on putting Branch 10 into a patrol status tomorrow, so please get out there and turn all those rocks over one more time today. Make sure everything's clean and tidied up for us to do that, especially any logistical supplies that are out there. Moving into Branch 12, again, one call for service in Branch 12 yesterday. That call is extremely important to us. I plan on rolling you folks over to a 12-hour shift tomorrow, so the last 24 out there in Branch 12, again, get out there, turn all those stones over, make sure that there's no smokes, no heat, no logistical supplies left out there so we can get that cleaned up and go to that 12-hour shift.
All right, continuing with Branch 1518, Reese. Catrill, trainee. We have Tehama, Quebec, Randolph. Chenoweth. Tehama Whiskey, Rambo. Tehama X-Ray, Quigley. Gibson, trainee. Butte, Charlie, Harris. Tooker, trainee. Butte Echo, Johnson. And Ferris, trainee.
So Blake and John, there's still a little bit of heat in that Tehama, Quebec spot from 48 hours ago. Make sure you guys put a lot of attention on that, make that go away. Again, digging in deep. You have the IR to help you guys out today. And like you heard earlier, everything up in Mineral has been repopulated. Everything is out of an evacuation order up there. You guys need to get in there deep and find those smokes that are going to concern the citizens. They might be 1,000 feet in, but if they're visible from the community, let's make them go away today.
All right, Tehama Fire Suppression Repair, Todashini. Here. Kazir. Here. Johnson, trainee.
Okay, suppression repair, you're in the marathon, and we're starting to get some overhead in to help staff that and improve efficiency in there, and we look forward to continuing that great work. So with that, everyone please have a good, productive shift.
Thank you.
Up next, Incident Commander.
Good morning, everybody. David Sherrick, one of the Unified Incident Commanders for the park incident. So we've heard a lot of information this morning. You have your IAP. There's two things or two words that I want to focus on, and that's customer service. So the whole reason that we're here, we're out there, fire suppression, customer service, suppression repair, customer service. Take those opportunities when you're out there in the community on the line or on your time off, resetting, to take that opportunity for that customer service, that community interaction like we heard with safety's message. So go out there, be friendly. We're moving into or closing in on a month of the community having being interrupted by this incident. So take that opportunity, have those conversations. You know, if there's kids out there, wave. You know, just help them be at ease with all the traffic that's taking place and all the folks moving around. We're still right around 4,000 people, so that's a lot of interruption to a small community. So with that, have a safe shift. Thank you.
Thank you. I ask you to please attend your division branch breakouts located behind you. Unassigned resources is where the IAP table is. Planning meeting tomorrow, 1700. Our next operational briefing at 0700 tomorrow. That concludes the briefing. Don't forget to unmute your phones, turn up your radios. Thank you.